What up, Kalish Crew, and welcome to Kalish Eat and Greet. So today is actually, what is it, Friday? And this video is coming out for you guys. You're gonna see this on Monday. I wasn't able to do really like a vlog this week because I didn't have a car, so I couldn't really go anywhere. I could use my brother's car, but he was like working a couple of the days, and then, okay, so his tire has like a bubble in it, and it looks really bad, and I had to go to work a couple times, but other than that, I didn't really want to drive it, so I got my car back, but I wanted to do something at least for you guys today, so you could have a video, and I thought it'd be really cool to actually film a cook with me video, like cook dinner with me, eat dinner with me, because tonight I'm going to be cooking a whole chicken. It's like a spatchcocked chicken, do roasted, maybe do some like vegetables with it. I don't know for sides yet what I'm going to do. I did try to film like a little bit of like maybe a mukbang or something yesterday. I had some lobster tails that I had for dinner, and that was a fail. Let me show you a couple of clips of that right now, just so you can kind of get an idea of what happened. I am doing some lobster tails. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. To cook them, I just boiled them in some water. The water was seasoned with Old Bay spice and I think it was Zatarain's Creole seasoning. Oh, and the sauce here, if you're wondering, I don't have butter. And like typically when I would eat lobster, like crab legs, I would dip them in butter. But I don't even like own butter in my house. I did have ghee, but I ran out of ghee the other day. So I didn't have anything to dip these in, and I'm like, well, I mixed some mayo with some gochujang sauce. It's like a Korean chili paste, fermented. And I tried it for the first time today. I made these shirataki noodles, which are like supposedly like 0 calories, made out of yams or something, or I don't know. And the gochujang was really good. So I'm like, okay, mix that with some mayo. Maybe I'll dip a couple, but yeah, so this is what we got, you guys. I did like scrub these off before I cooked them, but I feel like some weird shit's coming off of them. Probably should crack these open before before boiling them. I have no clue, you guys. Okay. You okay? Okay, guys, honestly, I think I should have washed these more. Like, I should have taken them out of the shell and washed them, because I don't know if that's definitely not, I don't think that's pepper. I think it's maybe sand. So yeah, that was my experience last night. I ended up eating everything. Like, I rinsed off the lobster and it was delicious. So everything was fine. It was delicious. It was good. I just couldn't really film it because at that point it was just a mess. So I figured with today, let's just cook some dinner together and relax and enjoy a meal. So let's get into the kitchen, shall we? So here's that spatchcock chicken I was talking about. This is from Thrive Market. I don't know if I told you guys yet, but I am doing Thrive. It's kind of like a butcher box situation. You order some frozen meats and stuff, it gets delivered to you. Everything's organic, which is cool. Either organic or like good for you. And then they also have like pantry stuff too, like shelf stable stuff as well. So that's where I'm getting all that stuff. But look at this chicken. Kind of smaller, but it is already spatchcocked for you, so I'm not going to be showing you how to do that part. But let's get this open, and I'm going to season it and kind of let it marinate in the seasonings for maybe a couple hours. Here it is, guys. It is wet. Oh god. So yeah, like I said, it's already, the spine has been cut out, so we can flatten this. Let me put this in my pan. Let me dry it off first, and then put it in my pan, pot, I don't know, oven dish. And then we'll get it all seasoned up. So for my seasoning mix, I'm going to start with just a little bit, maybe 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. I'm gonna season that with quite a bit of salt because this is going to be seasoning the entire chicken. Of course, pepper. About a half a teaspoon of dried rosemary. Some ground sage. Ground thyme, some garlic powder, onion powder, some dried oregano, some smoked paprika, and we'll give that a little whisk. Now to the back side of this chicken, we're just going to spread a little bit of that mixture on here on the inside. We're seasoning up all of the chicken, not just the skin. Now if I go ahead and flip it over. Kind of a weird position for this chicken to be in, but let's continue spreading the rest of the mixture on top. So I did about a third of it on the bottom side, and we're gonna do 2/3 for the rest of it on top. You want that chicken to get nice, the chicken skin to get nice and seasoned, crispy, salty, herby. It's gonna be really, really good, you guys. And that is the perfect amount of seasoning mix. Couldn't have done it better myself. Now I'm just gonna cover this up and let it rest out in room temperature for about 2 hours. I don't know if that's safe to do, so I'm not recommending it to you guys. Maybe you want to refrigerate it, but I want it to come to room temperature. It's still a little cold from being in the fridge. So I'm just gonna let it marinate right here on the counter for 2 hours, and I'll be back in a few. So while my oven is preheating to 450 degrees, I'm gonna just chop up some vegetables to go ahead and roast along with this chicken. I'm thinking I do have some tomatoes, some onion, and some garlic. Thinking if I roast those in with the chicken, I can blend it up after it's done and make a nice little tomato soup. I don't know. So let's do it. I'm gonna leave these whole because I think they'll roast better. So I'm gonna throw these all in the roasting tray. Now I wanna give these veggies another glob of oil. So I'm using, again, avocado oil because it can handle higher temperatures than olive oil. And I'm just gonna top this with a little more salt and pepper. Now let's throw this in the oven and let it roast for about 45 minutes. So it's cooked pretty perfectly. Actually, it might be a little overcooked. Temperature in the breast was like 170, 175, which it should have been like 165, but I think it's still gonna be super juicy. I'm gonna go ahead and blend up those vegetables. We'll add some semi-fresh basil here because stores near me do not sell fresh basil. And here's some quick homemade tomato soup to go on with my whole roasted chicken. Cannot wait to eat. Hey guys, I'm here with dinner. I kind of like sat up my chicken. He's sitting down, or she. And here's my little tomato soup that I made. I'm so excited to eat this. I'm actually starving. I don't even know. It's early for me. It's like 5, no, what is it? 5:30, so not terrible. Pretty early for me though. I want to try this tomato soup first. It was the simplest thing I've ever made in my life. A whole head of garlic went in there. So I don't know, like 10, 12 cloves. So I'm excited for the garlicky flavor. It's probably all going to be super hot because I basically just let this rest as I was making the soup. So it hasn't really rested even that long. Oh yeah. Fantastic. Holy crap. You know what? Probably could have added some more salt to this. It's the only salt I added was a little bit on top before I went and baked it. I didn't even think. Oh, but it's actually really good. To be honest, it doesn't even need salt. Woo! God, this looks so good. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but the skin up here on the breast kind of look all. Oh, it's like kind of like firm, kind of like maybe crispy. I don't know. Let's see if I can rip into something here. See if I can get a, ooh, yeah. I got the, this is my favorite part actually, the little wingette, or the flat. I like the flat of the wing. So that's what we got going on there. Blow on it for a little bit, because it's steaming. And let's take a bite, guys. Let's take this little guy off first. I never know what to do with this thing. There we go. Alrighty. Beautiful. Mmm. Yep. It's amazing. Let me make sure I have some napkins on hand, you guys. This is gonna be messy. All right, I found one glove in my house. I don't know why I only have one, and not a whole pair, but I must have used one for something else at some point. All right, let's grab one of these legs. Oh man. Oh yeah. That is nice. A lot of the skin came off, but I don't care. Do you see how much that's dripping? Oh man. Here we go. Probably better that the skin actually comes off for me, because skin has like more calories, I guess, and fat and all that. Yeah. Skin's the best part though. Oh. Yeah, so even though I said I maybe like overcooked it, this is still really, really juicy. Definitely not overcooked in my opinion. I don't know the best way to eat a whole leg, the drum and the thigh together. I don't know. I'm tasting like the rosemary too. Great addition. Always a great addition for chicken. Take this off. I do have a knife and a fork, so I think that's how I'm gonna go at this from now on. So there's that. That's chilling. I want to try this breast meat actually and see if that's overdone. Just looks really good. Like the skin looks amazing on it. I know I'm not cutting off the side you guys can see. My bad. Oh, it looks amazingly juicy. Are you kidding me? Sorry, my lighting just went off because my computer died, but this is the breast meat. To me, that looks juicy and delicious still. I actually kind of like that better than thigh and leg. Ooh. Oh man, that's phenomenal. Oh my god, are you kidding me? My lighting literally went off again, and I'm so pissed. I'm having technical difficulties. If it goes off again, we're just gonna eat in the dark, because I'm done. Oh yeah, okay. Get some of this breast. Yeah, the breast is my favorite part, 100%. So far. Man, my air conditioning just kicked on, so that's great. Gotta be grateful for this chicken, though. There we go. The skin is to die for. I gotta eat the skin. All right, we're doing it like this. I'm sorry. I feel like my computer keeps dying, but it's like giving me this weird message. I don't know, whatever. You guys can see me still, right? Okay. Yeah, let's go back to this. Yeah, honestly, the breast is better in a weird way. Which is weird. I love thighs. Like, thighs are usually my favorite. It was really good, but maybe this got overcooked and the breast didn't. Spatchcocking, I guess, is supposed to like help make the legs and thighs cook faster and the breast cook a little slower because it flattens everything out on the same playing field. So maybe that's what went wrong, because I overcooked the whole chicken, so that means these were cooking faster than everything else. They're, like I said, they're not juicy, it's just the breasts are insanely juicy. Oh, yeah, if I did it again, I would probably, I don't think I'd lower the temp. I think 450 is a good temp. I think I would lower the amount of time I put. I think I'd put it in for like 35 minutes and check. 35 minutes should be plenty. If this was at like 175, I took it out exactly 45 minutes, so. I'm already getting full. I've kind of had a few. I've had a wing, fed most of a breast now. I don't know if you guys can see. Whatever, I've kind of dug into the breast. And this soup is just like blended up vegetables, y'all. And a little bit of that chicken juice I poured in there. I don't think I showed you guys that. If I was thinking about this too, like, it'd be like way easier. My computer is getting really loud. It's angry. Sorry about the background noise. Anyway, yeah. If I were to like film more kitchen type videos, like cook with me or like recipe videos, like I used to do recipe videos on my old channel, Kalish Cooking. But like now I just realized it would be so much easier if I had multiple cameras, because I'm like, oh, I'm talking to you here, and then I'm like, well, I gotta get a shot of the chicken. Okay, let's put the chicken down. And it'd be cool if I could like have multiple cameras going at once, already set up in their spots, so I don't have to like be, okay, here's the chicken, let's move it back to where it was when it was looking at me. You know, hopefully it's around the same. And then not having to like stop my sentences in the middle to be like, oh, I gotta get a different angle for this part of the sentence. Like, there's like, I don't know, kind of a lot going into it. But it'd be cool to have multiple cameras. I am not ever gonna do that, I don't think. Like, I'm serious about YouTube. I'm just not like that fucking like obsessed with it to where, like, I am obsessed, but I think my videos are fine. It just takes a little bit more effort. I feel like it'd also be more effort, like a lot of effort to use multiple cameras, because then you have to like get all the cameras files into the computer and like mesh them, like edit them in together and figure out where each one is supposed to happen. I'm sure both ways have their disadvantages, but I like sticking to my camera. I just was thinking today, like, wow, I just wish I had one more camera to like put right here so I don't have to like, nah. But yeah, sorry again, guys, that I didn't have a actual vlog this week. I think it's been 2 weeks of this, just kind of nonsense. Yeah, my sibling, they had a car issue. Ended up just being the starter of the car, so they borrowed my car because I don't really drive too much. I only really drive to go to work maybe once a week, and then, you know, pick up paperwork and stuff, and then to do vlogging, just like picking up prescriptions. But I didn't really need my car this week other than, you know, to go to work. But the days I needed to go to work, Bud wasn't using the car, so I used his car. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't really leave the house too much. That's seasoning on the chicken. So yeah, this is kind of like a fun new thing for me to do. Oh my god, sorry about the lighting, it's so bad. I think what I'll do with the rest of this chicken too, I'm gonna take it all apart, and what I really like to do with leftover chicken is make salads with it, and I'll probably do that for, you know, the next few days of this week. But with the chicken bones, I'm thinking about making like some sort of soup, because these bones are not done. There's more in them. I know there is. Let me get another wing. That wing was phenomenal. Holy crap. I think the wing was my favorite part. Well, the breast was really good too. See if you can get it a little up close, even though it's darker in here. It's like fall out the bone. As I try to pull the bones apart and they don't come apart. It's just the gristle up there. It's holding them together. I love wings. I should show you guys my lemon pepper wing recipe. It is not hard. It's actually probably the easiest recipe I do, like, ever. Like, even easier than my tuna casserole. Like, it's so easy. I do it in the air fryer. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys. This is a very garlicky soup. I am in love. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, like, when I used to do, like, mukbangs and I was doing, like, the cooking segments in the mukbangs, I used to do that maybe once a week, once every couple weeks. I would do, like, a home-cooked mukbang. I don't know if you noticed, but I would always use that, like, jarred minced garlic. The last few weeks, I've been buying fresh garlic. I can't remember why. I think I wanted to do something with fresh garlic specifically, so I bought ahead of it, and I have not gone back. I threw out the rest of my jarred minced garlic, because there is so much of a difference when you use fresh garlic. if you, like, even in something like this where it's just roasting, like, you don't have to do any work other than peeling it. But I love it when it's, like, simmered in some butter. Well, not butter, but ghee. It's so good. And you just, and then the smell of, like, that buttery smell and the garlicky smell throughout the house when you're, like, sauteing garlic is so special. It makes me so happy. So yeah, I need to start buying more of that because I use, like, a head at a time. For every recipe, I'm like, all right, 12 cloves of garlic, great. Like this one, I'm like, if I'm roasting vegetables, I'm gonna roast every single piece of garlic I have in this house. Oh my god, this soup is really good. I take back what I said at the beginning that it needs more salt. It doesn't. It does not at all. This, I feel like this is a fairly low sodium meal too, because I don't taste like, it doesn't taste like the chicken super salty. I really only put in that initial, like, not little bit of salt, but like enough salt into the oil rub. And then I put some salt around the veggies at the end, you know, right before I bake this. So maybe some of the extra salt got on the chicken, but either way, like, whew. Oh, you know what else might be good is putting the chicken in the soup. All right, we gotta try it. Like a little dip. You always gotta dip something in tomato soup. Since I don't have grilled cheese, I guess I'll dip some chicken breast. Oh man, here we go. Get out of here. Let's get a good dip. Oh yeah. Speaking of garlic, that garlic in there mixed with this chicken. I'm in heaven. Honestly, I'm kind of full and I feel really good. This is a great meal to have. I don't feel like too overfull. I don't feel too blah, like from a higher carb meal or a higher fat meal. I forgot to tell you guys, I was talking to my brother the other day and I've just been thinking, like, because I don't really know, this whole time I haven't really, like, decided on a diet, quote unquote, because I'm not really doing the keto diet. I'm not really doing, like, a low-fat diet. I'm not really doing this or that. I really just look at ingredients and make sure it's all, like, whole, organic, you know, most of the time as much as possible organic, but, like, whole foods, real foods, lightly processed or not processed, you know, that kind of stuff. And that's what I've been doing. So on my MyFitnessPal, the app that I use to track, like, my calories and my macros and micronutrients and stuff, it kind of automatically gave me, like, a ratio of protein to fat to carbs. And I've just been kind of going with it. I adjusted it the other day because I felt like I just don't feel as good when I eat a higher fat day. Like when I have high, like, saturated fat specifically. Like the ghee is saturated fat. Like meats, like fat from meats is saturated fat. Like coconut oil is saturated fat. Like there's, you know, and you can look up like videos on what the difference is between saturated and unsaturated. I don't think there's anything personally wrong with saturated fat. I know a lot of people like villainize it because it, you know, correlates with, you know, heart disease and stuff like that. But correlation doesn't mean causation. We all know that. But I don't really know what I believe. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a scientist. But I don't think saturated fat in and of itself is bad. But I do tend to feel a little bit better when I have a lower saturated fat diet, like per day. So I changed my ratios around. I have a little bit higher protein on there now as a goal. I have a little bit lower fat as a goal, with the saturated fat being a little lower, and a little bit higher of the carbs. Because you have to replace, I mean, calories have to come from somewhere. I can't eat 300 grams of protein a day. That'd be insane for me. Like, I could barely hit like 70, 75 grams of protein. So now I'm trying to get for 150. But one day I did it. One day I got like 200 grams. It's because for breakfast I had 4 eggs. For lunch I had 2 cans of tuna. And then for dinner, what did I have for dinner? Oh yeah, me and Bud had Wagyu steaks. I forgot to tell you guys. I almost filmed that because he was like, well, let's film it. But once the steaks were done, I was so excited. I just wanted to eat them. I just wanted to shove that in my mouth. I didn't want to take the time to set up the camera. I was like, but let's just eat. Let's just eat. And it wasn't Japanese Wagyu. When we do Japanese Wagyu, I almost said if. No, when we do Japanese A1 olive Wagyu, we will film that for you. This was just like New Zealand Wagyu steak. It just tasted like a really good quality steak. So it wasn't like the Wagyu you hear about that's like insane. Like super like fatty and like, you know, veins of fat, fat marbling throughout. That was a high saturated fat meal, but anyway, I got a lot of protein that day. But yeah, that's I'm And that's kind of what I was talking to Bud about last night, that like, yeah, like every diet probably has its value. Every like fad diet, I don't want to say fad diet because I mean, they do have value because they have worked for certain people and gotten them healthier and feeling better. And no, I'm not talking about losing weight because I don't care about that. Losing weight is also correlation, not causation. It's also a symptom, not a cause of a lot of things, guys. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but that's my belief. Anyway, but what I was telling Bud is that like my goal for myself is just to see how I feel and go off of that. Like I do feel better eating whole foods, natural foods, non-processed foods, or lightly processed foods, organic. But I noticed just but from trends and from tracking things on my spreadsheet, I feel a little weird, not as good, a little more lazy, a little more lethargic actually when I have higher fat content and lower carb and lower protein. So switch that up. I'm feeling really good. And it just immediately made me feel great. So, and that's maybe what my body needs, but not what everyone's body needs. So, I think that's a really cool thing to know and learn about. But also you gotta like, I feel like everyone should be aware of that. Like there's all these people telling you, oh yeah, just don't eat carbs. Carbs are bad for you, or like sugar is bad for you, or you know, processed foods are bad for you. Like maybe not for everyone. For me, I feel better not eating them. And that's why it's like, I was telling my brother, like, I'm not passing judgment on anyone who eats Doritos, you know, because it has the artificial flavoring and coloring in it. Like, I do kind of hate that, like, companies, bigger companies will put this shit in the food that people eat that is, you know, potentially not great for certain people and basically trick them into buying it and not really, like, telling them, yeah, it's on the nutrition ingredients or the nutrition ingredient label, but a lot of people don't know what they're consuming. It's just what's available. It's the cheaper stuff. Like a lot of people are just struggling and trying to work and get whatever food they can get. And they end up getting food that is highly, highly processed and they don't really realize it. Sorry, my phone just went off. But yeah, like I don't ever pass judgment on people like for eating different foods. And I don't know if he was taking it that way, like that I was judging him. Because we were talking about like ingredients because I was eating this organic Himalayan salt popcorn. And then he's like, well, compare it to this Doritos bag. And I grabbed it and I was like, oh yeah, it has this in it. This is bad. This is bad. And I felt like bad, you know, because I'm like, oh, I'm not saying like you're bad because you're eating that. And I definitely know how that feels because that's how I was made to feel when I was growing up of like, you're fat, therefore you're bad and you eat wrong foods. There's no wrong food, you guys. It just sucks because a lot of the things, actually most of the things that are available to people are not like don't support like healthy bodies usually. So it's kind of setting people up for failure, but that's why I can't pass judgment on anyone. I would never because first of all, there is no wrong food. If you purposefully eat like artificial flavors, artificial colors, all that good stuff because it tastes amazing, which hello, I know it does because I ate fast food, processed food, artificial flavors for my entire life, and I didn't stop because it was amazing. I only stop now because I have prediabetes. So you get older, you got to do stuff different, you know, whatever. But no, I don't fucking judge anyone, just so you guys know. But like I was telling him, like everyone's a little bit different. Like there are people that love that stuff and feel great on it. Like they feel great on eating fast food and, you know, high sodium or high fat, higher saturated fat or higher carb or higher protein or more processed stuff. So like, I feel like you should really go based on how you feel. If you are really not feeling well and you kind of can link it to some sort of food that you're eating, if you can bear giving it up, I recommend it because it just, living life is just easier when you feel good. Like you're not laying in bed trying to decide to like, should I clean? Should I, you know, get up and go to work today? Like, because you're so like tired and like sad and achy and all this stuff. It's crazy what a different diet can do if you notice those things. Different diet can do to get your energy up, to get your motivation up, to just get your mood up. And motivation doesn't really matter. If it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter to me. But mood is the one that I think is most important. So I don't know why I'm blabbing on about this, but this tomato soup is amazing. I keep eating it, clearly. Oh, you guys. If you guys roast veggies in with your chicken, 100% blend them up, but don't forget to put the chicken juice in there. There was chicken juice. I like lifted it with the pot holders and just kind of tilted it into the blender, and so glad I did that. You guys, hold on. And this, oh, there's still chicken juice down here. Wow. That chicken juice is going in with the bones to make, at least to make a stock, if not like a cool soup or something. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've talked enough. I hope I like conveyed what I meant. Kind of just like why I care about organic, why I care. Because my brother was like, organic is this myth, you know, this whole thing that like they put a stamp on the food and that means they can charge more for it. And I'm like, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. And I was trying to explain to him, like, I personally just look at the labels, like the nutrition labels. Not the nutrition, sorry, the ingredients. The main two things I told him were, like, I don't want to eat, like, white flour, like white bread, white flour, white rice flour, that kind of thing. And I don't want to eat any highly processed oils that can cause inflammation. Those are, like, my two lines. And anything else kind of goes. And I think I need to start chilling out about the other stuff, like it has to be organic or it has to be grass-fed. And yeah, obviously those things are good, like, or supposedly, I don't know. Grass-fed, yeah, and like cage-free, like eggs and stuff, and this chicken was pasture-raised or cage-free or something. That's good for the chickens and shit, right? Like, I don't want to contribute to like the crazy, like, I don't know, I don't know how many chickens they have in one fucking warehouse, all like in cages and just like piled on top of each other. Like, I don't want to contribute to that, you know? But if I'm broke as shit, like, I can't afford, organic food is expensive. So yeah, like, I need to chill out a little bit more about a lot of the stuff and just remember my two lines. We don't want to eat any like simple carbs really that have no nutritional value, right? And then I don't want to have any like highly processed oils that are going to harm me. So with that being said, and my goals now on my macros, my fat, protein, and carbs on my MyFitnessPal, like, that pretty much is going to set me up, and I don't have to, because I've been so strict on myself, and it's done really well. Like, I've just proved to myself that it's going well. I lost, what did I lose? 52 pounds now since May, and I think I just need to chill out because my blood sugar must be better. Like, remembering back to what I was eating, it has to be better. And I just keep worrying about the numbers in my blood, like the blood sugar levels, and I'm like, what if I go in December? Because my doctor's appointment's in December. And I'm like, what if I go in December and like it's still bad? Or what if I have diabetes at that point? What if it's gotten worse? And Bud's like, there's no way your blood sugar got worse. There's no way. You're stupid. Like, because I'm just like a worrywart, you know? So I'm like very strict on myself. And I'm like, I think I just need to chill the fuck out. Home cooked meals, that would have been enough, honestly. Me having home cooked meals, because before every single meal was eaten out, fast food or takeout, delivery, nothing was home cooked. I swear to God. I didn't cook shit. And just doing that, I feel like probably would have gotten me there to the blood sugar level that I need to be at. But the way I went was a little bit more strict and crazy. I'm okay with it. I'm not mad about it. I like how I'm eating, but there have been weeks and days where I've been like, man, I just like want something else. You guys know, I think it was my last video or two videos ago that I was just like, oh, I've been craving stuff, you know? So I don't want to deprive myself. And also I don't have a lot of money. Like, this stuff has been killing my wallet. So I need to chill out with that and just remember my two lines, the two things I really care about. And definitely not doing it on the overdoing it on the carbs, because that's when your blood sugar can spike. But if I'm eating complex carbohydrates, I'm probably not going to overeat those as much because they're not as tasty. But if I do overeat complex carbs, that's still not good. Don't overeat anything, Miranda, because that's what got you into this mess. So, okay, now I'll let you go, guys. Sorry, it's been like half an hour of me blabbing. But I really enjoyed this meal. I enjoyed cooking with you guys. Let me know if you liked the format of this video. It's a little bit different. I was thinking about just doing the music and just silent cooking. But I'm like, you know what? I want to like hang and talk to you guys and tell you what I'm doing. So let me know if you like this format better for the cooking segments of my vlogs. Or if you like this type of video better and just want more of these scattered throughout. Let me know in the comments, guys. It was really fun. At least I got to do something with you guys this week. But hopefully next week I'll be back with an actual vlog where we can get out of the house and go do something. But until then, I'm gonna break up this chicken. I'm gonna store everything, and what is it, Friday? Ooh, what should I do tonight? Probably cuddle with my cats. I'm looking over my cat. Actually, both of them are on my bed right now. They do not cuddle. Like, they'll be next to each other, but they will not be touching. Sometimes they'll be like kind of touching, but they always face away from each other too. They're like curled in that direction. Like, these are their heads and they're curled up like that. Yeah, so I'll probably just cuddle with my cats tonight and watch some movies or something. Bud works all day and all night, so got the house to myself. I'm just gonna relax. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not done so already, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I do videos once a week, every Monday at 10:30, usually a vlog, sometimes a mukbang, sometimes a cook with me, sometimes a what I eat in a day. So that's kind of my style, food related videos. I love food and I love cheese. I didn't have any cheese with this meal, what the hell? Oh, could have put some Parmesan on there, but I didn't have any. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it as well. All those things really help me out. Throw a comment down below. And otherwise, guys, have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. Peace.